Hello and welcome to PowerDrift. We are back. From a vacation or not, we certainly are back with a car that half of India would rather want to use on a vacation. For this is the crossover version of Hyundai's very successful Elite i20. The roof rails, the front, side and the back landing make it worthy of the crossover tag. And then one glance at the wheel arches and the increased distance between the wheel arch and the wheel will indicate you that this is something that is meant for rough road. Take a look at this fuel lid. That will tell you that Hyundai has most definitely attempted to make this car even more sportier than the Elite i20, and the sportiness shall of course continue onto the inside. But first, let's play some music. The redesigned front and rear bumper, the headlamps which now have projectors with cornering lamps, and the roof rails help differentiate the look of the car from the normal i20. The car also gets all the bells and whistles when it comes to comfort on the inside. Let's quickly talk about it and move on. The comfort at the rear seat in the i20 Active, well, it's decent. The amount of leg room I have, with that my legs are not hitting up against the back of the front seat. I got decent amount of thigh support. There's some sort of side bolstering onto the back bench, and yes, of course, I also get AC vents. What I also have is a 1 liter bottle being accommodated in the door pockets which you get at both the rear doors. Now, what you don't get is center armrest, and the view out of the window would be said to be a little limited. From the way the door feels perfectly weighted to how it closes with a loud yet mature thud, Hyundai seems to have found a way to make their cars feel like they're built to last. It all feels very refined and sophisticated, something that makes for a very pleasant experience when you are onto the inside of this car. Now the seats, the front two seats again are very comfortable. The SX trim of the diesel variant, it gets just about everything including safety features like passenger airbag as well as driver airbag. The driver also gets one touchdown auto window function. Every Hyundai car is typically loaded with a lot of features, so you don't really get to ask questions like, do I get USB connectivity, Bluetooth, telephony? Yes, you have multiple connectivity to this 2-in audio system out here. But what you also get is climate control. The NVH levels in this car are really sorted. There's not much of road noise. Now the way the car looks on the inside is a lot more sportier than the Elite i20. It's got these orange highlights on the seat, on the gear knob, on the dash and the AC vents, and it's something that quite ends up looking like this, an orange biscuit. Not that I can't have one. So why would you buy the Hyundai i20 Active? Well, you would go for it because you were a big fan of the Elite i20 but can't really buy it without having to wait for 6 months waiting period. So you would go ahead and plonk in the extra 1 lakh rupee that the i20 Active costs over the Elite i20, and of course have a car that looks more premium and gives you more value than the Elite i20. And then the other real big reason that I would recommend you to buy this car is because your and my surroundings in this country are full of broken bridges and rough roads. Like the bridge that I'm standing on right now. And this is where, ladies and gentlemen, the broken bridge ends and the domain of a crossover begins. You see, I never really understood the point of taking a hatchback, jacking up its height and turning it into an SUV. What we Indians love and what we call as crossovers then. But then be it a bad pothole, a huge bump in the road, a huge speed breaker, this car can literally then take it all. Friends, foes and fanatics, this i20 Active, like a true crossover, dons its mud and dirt with pride. Yes, it does have some problems. Its diesel engine is a little too noisy. The back of the car is a little too jumpy over road undulations because of the longer springs. And of course, the multi-information display in the instrument cluster behind the steering wheel is utterly useless. It tells you a whole lot of other things, including how to train a dog, but forgets to tell you the fuel efficiency or distance to empty. Nevertheless, it's more premium than the Elite i20 and better, if not the same, as the Elite i20. It shall suffice then to say, ladies and gentlemen, that the Hyundai i20 Active dons the hat of being the best crossover in our country.